Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to tell you about the death of a government clerk. The thin man pressed 3 fingers, both his whole body and sneezers like Chinaman. His wife smiled. Nathaniel scraped with his foot and dropped his chap. All three were agreeably overwhelmed. The death of a government clerk. One fine evening, an old fine government clerk called Ivan Dmitritch Servyakov was sitting in the second row of the stalls, gazing through an opera glass at the cloches de Corneville. He gazed and felt at the ache of bliss. But suddenly, in stories one so often meets with this, but suddenly, the authors are right. Life is so full of surprise. But suddenly, his face puckered up. His eyes disappeared. His breathing was arrested. He took the opera glass from his eyes, bent over and "Apchi!" He sneezed as you perceive. It is not sensible for anyone to sneeze everywhere. Peasants sneeze, and so do police superintendents, and sometimes even privy councillors. All men sneeze. Servyakov was not in the least confused. He wiped his face with his handkerchief, and like a polite man, looked round to see whether he had disturbed anyone by his sneezing. But then he was overcome with confusion. He saw that an old gentleman sitting in front of him in the first row of the stalls was carefully wiping his bald head and his neck with his glove and muttering something to himself. In the old gentleman, Servyakov recognized Brezhelov, a civilian general serving in the Department of Transport. "I have betrayed him," thought Servyakov. "He is not the head of my department, but still it is awkward. I must apologize." Servyakov gave a joke, bent his whole person forward, and whispered in the general's ear, "Pardon, Your Excellency, I spared you accidentally." Never mind. For goodness sake, excuse me. I did not mean to." "Oh, please, sit down. Let me listen." Servyakov was embarrassed. He smiled stupidly and fell to gazing at the stage. He gazed at it, but was no longer feeling bliss. He began to be troubled by uneasiness. In the interval, he went up to Brezhelov, walked beside him, and overcoming his shyness, muttered, "I spared you, Your Excellency. Forgive me. You see, I didn't do it too." "Oh, that's enough. I've forgotten it. And you keep on about it," said the general, moving his lower lip. "He has forgotten, but there is a flandious light in his eye," thought Servyakov, looking suspiciously at the general. "And he doesn't want to talk. I ought to explain to him that I really didn't intend. That is the law of neither, or else he will think I meant to spit on him. He doesn't think so now, but he will think so later." On getting home, Servyakov told his wife of his breach of good manners. It struck him that his wife took too frivolous a view of the incident. She was a little frightened, but when she learned that Brishelov was in different department, she was reassured. "Still, you had better go and apologize," she said, "or he will think you don't know how to behave in public." "That's just it. I did apologize, but he took it somehow queerly. He didn't say a word of sense. There wasn't time to talk properly." Next day, Chekov put on a new uniform, had his hair cut, and went to Brishelov's to explain. Going to the general's reception room, he saw there a number of petitioners, and among them the general himself, who was beginning to interview them. After questioning several petitioners, the general raised his eyes and looked at Chekov. "Yesterday at the Arcadia, if you recollect, Your Excellency," the letter began, "I sneezed and accidentally spattered eggs." "What nonsense! It's beyond anything. What can I do for you?" said the general, addressing the next petitioners. "He won't speak," thought Chekov, turning pale. "That means that he is angry. No, it can't be lived like this. I will explain to him." When the general had finished his conversation with the last of the petitioners and was turning towards his inner's apartment, Chekov took a step towards him and muttered, "Your Excellency! If I venture to trouble Your Excellency, it is simply from a feeling, I may say, of regret. It was not intentional, if you will graciously believe me." The general made a lachrymose face and waved his hand. "Why, you are simply making fun of me, sir," he said as he closed the door behind him. "Where's the making fun in it?" thought Chekov. "There is nothing of the sort. He is general, but he can understand. If that is how it is, I am not going to apologize to that fanfaron anymore. The devil take him. I'll write a letter to him, but I won't go. By Jove, I won't." So thought Chekov as he walked home. He did not write a letter to the general. He pondered and pondered and could not make up that letter. He had to go next day to explain in person. "I ventured to disturb Your Excellency yesterday," he muttered, when the general lifted inquiring eyes upon him. "Not to make fun, as you were pleased to say. I was apologizing for having spared you in sneezing, and I did not dream of making fun of you. Should I dare to make fun of you? If we should take to making fun, then there would be not respect for persons. There would be." "Be off!" yelled the general, turning suddenly purple and shaking all over. "What?" asked Chekov, in a whisper, turning numb with horror. "Be off! repeat the general, stamping. Something seemed to give way in Servyakov's stomach. Saying nothing and hearing nothing, he reeled to the door, went out into the street, and went staggering along, reaching home mechanically. Without taking off his uniform, he lay down on the sofa and died. A pink stocking, a dull, rainy day. The sky is completely covered with heavy clouds, and there is no prospect of the rain increasing. Outside sleet, puddles, and drenched jackdaws. Indoors it is half dark and so cold that one wants the stove heat. Pavel Petrovich Samov is paging up and down his study, grumbling at the weather. The tears of rain on the windows and the darkness of the room make him depressed. He is insufferably bored and has nothing to do. The newspaper have not been brought yet. Shedding is out of the question, and it is not nearly dinner time. Samov is not alone in his study. Madame Samov, a pretty little lady in a light blouse and pink stockings, is sitting at his writing table. She is eagerly scribbling a letter. Every time he passes her as he strides up and down, Ivan Petrovich looks over her shoulder at what she is writing. He sees big sprawling letters, thin and narrow, with all sorts of tails and flourishes. There are a number of blots, smears, and finger marks. Madame Samov does not like ruled paper, and every line runs downhill with horrid wriggles as it reaches the margin. Lidochka, who is it you are writing such a lot to? Samov inquires, saying that his wife is just beginning to scribble the sixth page to Sister Faria. Okay, thank you for listening, and I hope you like it. And see you next time. Bye. Thank you.